read you guys a bit of history from a 1918 United States history textbook in 3 volumes written by Julian Hawthorne. You won't read anything like this in today's history textbooks. For today, they're too busy trying to convince everybody that our founding fathers were a bunch of evil white men who couldn't stand women and hated every Indian they ever saw. If you believe what today's historians have to teach, then you probably believe the worst person in the world is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. You'll never hear about how dangerous Roman Catholicism is to our United States Constitution or to our Bill of Rights. For we can't have little children exposed to the truth. I mean, we have to protect delicate Catholic ears in our politically correct society. God forbid if a Roman Catholic actually learned what the Catholic Church teaches concerning individual human freedom and civil liberties. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read you a passage of history from Julian Hawthorne's classic 3-volume History of the United States. Julian Hawthorne was son of the famous Nathaniel Hawthorne. Maybe some of you have heard of him. Maybe. And I think you'll see an interesting piece of history that just doesn't show up today for reasons the Catholic Church can't have us learn about. In Volume 1, Chapter 3 of Julian Hawthorne's History of the United States, Hawthorne tells us about John Endicott, a Puritan soldier and eventually governor of Massachusetts. In fact, John Endicott was elected over and over again as governor of Massachusetts, and he would eventually die in office. Hawthorne tells us how John Endicott couldn't stand the British flag because of the red cross that's on the flag. The red cross is the sign of the Pope, who is Antichrist. Hawthorne writes, "It had for a long time disquieted Endicott and other Puritan leaders that the banner of England, under which, as Englishmen, they must live and fight, should bear upon it the sign of the red cross, which was the very emblem of the popery which their souls abhorred. It had seemed to them almost a sin to tolerate it, and yet it was treason to take any liberties with the national ensign. Accordingly, on the next training day, when the able men of Salem were drawn up in their breastplates and headpieces, with the Red Cross flag floating over them, and the rest of the townspeople, with here and there an Indian among them, looking on, Endicott, in his armor, with his sword upon his thigh, spoke in passionate terms to the assembly of the matter which weighed upon his heart. And then, as a symbol of Puritan protest, and a pledge of his vital sincerity, he took the banner in his hand, and, drawing his sword, cut the cross out of its folds. Information of the outrage was carried to Charles I, but he was fortunately too much preoccupied at the moment with the struggle for his crown at home to be able to take proper action upon the slight put upon his authority in Salem. No punishment was inflicted upon the bold soldier, who thus anticipated by nearly a century and a half the step finally taken by the Patriots of 1776. History of the United States, Volume 1, page 74 through 75. Notice how Julian Hawthorne here asserts plainly that the elimination of Roman Catholicism and its ideas, not its people, but its ideas, is the guarantee of religious and civil liberty. You'll never read anything like that in today's Roman Catholic history textbooks that our children use, and I think the reason's pretty obvious.